Hey, how's it going? We are doing fractions assignment 2. This is assignment where we're getting into multiplying and dividing fractions by other fractions. We're going to show some techniques, some tricks, some tips. We're just going to do some math. So let's math it up. Oh, and we're back. Okay. Let's get started, and I'm going to get out of the way. I'll jump over this side here. So as you can see, quite a few questions on this sheet today, and we're not going to delay, hesitate. We're going to get right into them. So, question number 1A. Find each product and simplify. Factor out common factors before multiplying if possible. So this is a strategy I've been encouraging all my students to work on. Is when you're multiplying fractions, you can simplify after, and that's the common way, but practicing simplifying before multiplying is a really valuable skill and strategy to have. So we're going to try doing some of that before. So let's jump in and I'm going to show you what I mean. So for question 1A, right off the hop, we can see that there is a common number between the top and the bottom. So rather than multiplying across and say 15 thirtieths, and then realizing we can do, well, divide by 15, divide by 15, and get 1/2, we can actually jump right into our answer by dividing earlier, canceling out, finding greatest common factors. And so what that looks like is, let's change my color here. I can go 5 and 3, sorry, 5 and 5, and they would be simplified out to 1. That's 5 divided by 5 is going to be 1. And on the opposite side, I can do the same thing with 3 and 6. They have a common factor of 3, where 3 will go into 1 there and 2 there. And then when you multiply across 1 and 1 and 1 and 2, it's going to jump straight to your answer of 1/2. So I know it seems like more work because I'm showing all my work, but as a strategy, it starts to become quite a bit more functional as you cut down on what you're showing. So let's look at 1B. So now again, we can multiply across and get 2/12, which will equal 1/6. But we can actually jump right to 1/6 if we cancel this out, and this becomes 2 and 1. So 1 times 1 becomes 1, and 3 times 2 becomes 6. And again, I got here by dividing both of these by 2. Makes sense? 1/6. Let's go to, again, we'll show our work. 2 times 1 and 5 times 4. So this is going to be, our answer will be 2/20. You can divide by 2 and divide by 2, and this is going to be equal to 1/10. We can also divide by 2 earlier. 4 divided by 2, going to cancel out, become 2. 2 divided by 2 is going to cancel out, become 1. So 1 times 1 is 1 times 1 becomes 1. 5 times 2 becomes 10, 1/10. Okay, 1D. So you can see really clearly right off the hop, there's this one number on both the top and the bottom. That's going to cancel out, right? If we divide by the greatest common factor on both of these, on the top and the bottom, they're going to cancel out because 5 divided by 5 is going to be 1. 5 divided by 5 is going to be 1. And it's going to get us to our answer without having to simplify at the end of just 1/4. Because 1 times 3, not 1/4. What did I talk? Okay. As I'm checking my answer, it's going to be 3/4. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay. Once again, we have some common numbers. Here we have 4. The 4s. If we divide both of those by 4, we are going to cancel out, get 1, cancel out, get 1. Because 4 divided by 1, or 4 divided by 4 is 1. And then we're left with really simple multiplication and not any need to simplify at the end of 3/5. Let's go 5. Now this one, if we look at our numbers, we can't simplify. There's no common anything anywhere. There's no greatest common factor, so we just have to multiply across. This is going to be 8/15. I'm going to write that 5 better. 8/15. That's our answer. Cannot simplify it. 8/15. 1F. 2A. Now this is going to be 1. Is it going to be 1? So let's do this both ways. If we 5 times 3, 15. 3 times 5, 15. This is going to equal 15/15. If we divide both by 15, divide by 15, which is the greatest common factor, it's going to equal 1/1, which equals 1. We can get there just as fast. 3 and 3 cancel out. 1 and 1. 5 and 5 cancel out. 1 and 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 becomes 1. 1 times 1 becomes 1. There it is. 2B. Funny, it's the same one. But different numbers, of course. The same thing is happening, though. We're going to cancel, 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 cancel. And they are going to become 1/1, which is equal to 1 whole. There's our answer. Close. Almost 3 in a row, but not quite. So this one's going to be 5 can cancel, becomes 1. 5 and 5. Now 3 will become 1. 6 will become 2. This is going to be equal to 1/2. So again, if you're just skipping to this question, 3 times 5 is 15 over 5 times 6, which is 30ths. 15/30ths is 1/2. I'm just simplifying out the common factors. So now this one, the common factor isn't as clear, but 2 or 4. So 2 ways you can go about this. We can simplify just one side. We don't need to simplify both sides. Or we can simplify one side and then the other. Watch what I do. So let's simplify. We'll divide both by 2. That's a 2. Divide both by 2, which is going to cancel out, become 2. That'll cancel out, become 1. 1/2. Now we still have a common factor between 1 and 6. So we can divide by 2 again, divide this side by 2, and then it's going to be 1 and 3. And then we have the answer of 3/7. 2/4 times 6/7 is 3/7. So why don't we do this one? Nah, let's not. We'll just leave it there. 3/7. That's our answer. 2 times 6 is 12. 4 times 7 is 28. 2 times 6 is 12. 12/28. Common fact. Interesting. I'm going to do this one now. I'm genuinely interested. So we go 12/28. Common factor 2. Divide by 2. Which equals 6/14, which simplifies divide by 2 again. Oh, 4 was the GCF, that's why. And then it becomes 3/7. Okay. Gotcha. That's what happened, because I divided by 2 twice. Gotcha. Okay. This is a good beat here. This is a good list. What is this? This is a Pokemon chill playlist, it seems like. It's neat. All right, let's change up my camera angle. Get a side view going here. All right. Question 2E. Let's cancel out. This becomes 1. Let's go. GCF is 2, so that would be 6 divided by 2 is 3. And that's 2. And then we have 2/3. 2/3. You're watching what I'm doing here, right? This strategy works pretty well. Okay. 2F. So greatest common factor between these two is going to be 2. 2. That's going to cancel out and become 1. Cancel out, become 2. And we have 1 times 2 and 3 times 2, which is going to be 2 over... Oh, I didn't fully cancel out the factors because now we have 2/2. I could cancel that and make it 1. So I'm left with some simplifying at the end. So they still have a common factor of 2. So I ended up doing both strategies together and fully factor out the factors. So 1/3. 1/3 final answer. Question 3. A. Okay, if you remember, what we need to do here is we need to multiply and then add those on top. So let's do this in red. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 3 is going to be 18. And then we're left with 18/5 and times 4/5. Now 18, 5, 5, 4. No common factors here. So we're just left with this. It's some difficult. We'll have to simplify it at the end into a mixed fraction. 4 times 18. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 8 is 32. 40 plus 32 is 72. And then 5 times 5 is 25ths. 72 plus 25, or sorry, divided by 25 is going to equal 2. And 22/25. 2 and 22/25. Okay, let's do this one in red again. So we're going to go 4 times 2, multiply. Then we're going to add that on top, plus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is going to be 11. 11. Now, common. Are there commons between here or vertically? No, there's not. So this is going to be equal to our answer of 11 over 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 11 times 1 is 11, which will be equal to our mixed number of 1 and 3/8. I'm going to box my answer. All right. C is going to be equal to, take out my red pen, 5 times 4, and then adding that on top. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 3 is going to be 23. Common factors. No common factors. 23 times 1 is going to be 23. 5 times 4 is 20ths. 23 20ths, which is going to leave us with our mixed number of 1 and 3/20ths. Final answer. 3D. Mixed number again. Let's go. 2 times 1 is going to be 2, plus 1 is going to be 3/2. Do we have some common multiples? Common factors. Yes, we do. We have some common factors. So those common factors are going to be our 2 and our 4. This is not 13, it's 3. So we can divide both these by 2. That's a 2. Divide by 2, which is going to be 2, and this will be 1. So 3/1 times 2/5, which is going to be 5/5, because we have 3 times 2. Oh, that's not right. 5/5. 6/5. 6/5. 3 times 2 is 1 times 5, which will equal 1 and 1/5. Answer. Box my answer. So now we have 2 mixed numbers. 6 times 2 times, and then add that. That's going to be 12. 12 plus 5, 17. So this is now going to be 17 on the same 6 times 2 multiplied addition, and 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 13 and 17. Ooh, some big numbers. But can we simplify? No, we can't. We can't. There's no common factors. Okay. 13 times 17. So let's write it down. It's late. I don't want to make a mistake. 13, 17, 170, 17 times 3. Oopsies. 17 times 3 is 21, 30, 51, plus 170, 112, 221. 221. Okay, so 221 over 36. 221 over 36. How many groups of 221 over 36? I'm just doing some mental math here. 36 times 10, that'll be too much. 13 times 17 is 221. 221 divided by 36. 5 times 5 plus 5. 360, half of 360 is 18. 180. Sorry, that's not right. 6. That's 216. 5. Oh boy, that's a tough one. 6 and 5/36. That is not simple to get to. Okay, moving on. We have 3f. Let's multiply times 3 plus 2 times, that will be 3. 3 plus 2 is going to be equal to 5. And same thing on the other side, times 3. We're going to add it on top here. So we'll add 3 plus 2 is going to be 5. So we're going to get left with 25 over 9, which is going to be equal to 2 7/9. Okay, find each product and simplify. Factor out common factors before multiplying if possible. Let's do this one. We can think of this as if they're all on top being multiplied and they're all on bottom. They can be shared back and forth. So let's simplify this one. That's going to be 1, and that'll be 2. Then we can simplify this one to make that 1, and this will be 2. Right, I'm dividing by a common factor. And that's it. Now I have 1 on top. 1 times 2 times 1. So I have 2. And oh, that's what happened. I missed this factor here. 2 and 2. Factored out afterwards. On the bottom, we have 1 times 6 times 2, which is 12. So we can actually simplify that by dividing by 2. Divide by 2, which is 1/6. Answer 1/6. I always feel like I miss some of those elimination opportunities. All right, let's look at this one. Okay, so this one, 2 and 2. This is going to get to 1 and 1. And then across the board, all the way from here to there, there's a similarity where I can go 3 common factor, 3 common factor. So now I have 1 times 1 times 1. It's going to be 1 on top. Equals to 1. 4 times 1 times 2. It's going to be 8. 1/8. That's it. I can't simplify that anymore. 9, 4, 6 on the bottom, 3. Okay, so let's simplify this one. This is going to be 1/3, and this can be 1/3 also. So the top number is going to be 1. 1 times 1 times 1. The bottom number is 4 times 3 times 3 times 4 times 3, which is 12/36. 1/36. See, no simplifying at the end if you can simplify earlier by factoring out common factors. So let's do this one. Let's go in red because I've been using red, and we'll go 2 and times 1. 2 times 1 becomes 2, and then we add that on top to make that 3. Now let's factor out some things here. So this 2 and this 4, that can become 2, and this can become 1. And then we have this 2 and this 10 become 2 or 1 and 5. And that's it. So then we have on top 3 times 1 times 2, which is going to be 6. And then on the bottom we have 1 times 5 times 5, which is going to be 25. 6/25. All right. 3 times across. This is question 4E. And let's convert from mixed numbers to improper fractions. Multiply 12. Let's add those. 12 times 6, that's going to be 17 on top. Multiply and add, and that's going to be 12 plus 1, which is going to be 13. And the other one's 3/4. Now, common factors. We have 1 common factor, 6 and a 3, so that can be 1, and that can be 2. 6 times 2 times 4. 12 times 4 is going to be 48 on the bottom. 48 on the top. We have 17 times 13 times 1. Hey, we did 17 times 13 earlier, didn't we? 221. 221. 221 over 48. They're not going to have a common factor. 221 over 48. 221. So 48 would go in there once, twice, 3, 4 times, leaving 4 times, and it would leave 29, 48. Just gonna check that on my calculator here. So I'm going to go 48 times 4 is 192. 221 minus 192 is 29. Yeah, okay, I was correct. It's always nice to check on the answer sheet. All right, last question. Common factors. Let's do our conversion. Go multiply and add. So that's going to be 3 plus 2. This is going to be 5 on top. Then we're going to have same thing. 3. We're going to add that on top. Plus 2, which is going to be 5. 5/3 times 5/3 times 4/6. Common, we don't have a common factor now. We did before. We had this one and that one. We could have done something prior, perhaps. Let's see. 5 times 5 times 4. This is going to be 100. 100 on the bottom. 3 times 3 times 6. 9 times 6 is 54. Yeah, there was totally a common factor of 2 here. 2. It's going to be 50 over 27. 27. This is going to equal 1 and 23. 27th. 50 minus 27. 23. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. It's over. We did it. That was a lot of multiplying fractions. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you finished your math worksheet. Hope you enjoyed the tunes. Check us out next time. We'll continue to math it. Outro.